Daniel Porter was hauling lumber at the Henderson construction site when the black Mercedes pulled up. He'd been working there for 6 months, one of 30 laborers rebuilding the downtown district. At 51, his back ached by noon and his hands were calloused, but the pay was decent and his 3 daughters needed to eat. The car door opened and a woman stepped out. Mid-40s, business suit, blonde hair pulled back. She looked completely out of place among the dirt and machinery. "Excuse me," she called out. "I'm looking for Daniel Porter." Daniel set down the 2x4 he was carrying. "That's me." The woman walked directly toward him, her heels sinking into the mud. Workers stopped what they were doing to watch. She stopped 3 feet away, studying his face with an intensity that made Daniel uncomfortable. "It's you," she whispered. "After 27 years, I finally found you." Before Daniel could respond, she stepped forward, grabbed his face with both hands and kissed him. The construction site went silent. 30 men stared in shock. Daniel froze, completely bewildered, until she finally pulled back. "I'm sorry," she said, tears streaming down her face. "I know that was inappropriate, but I've been searching for you since I was 17 years old, and I never thought I'd actually find you." Daniel's mind reeled. "Lady, I think you have the wrong person. I don't know you. You don't remember." Her smile was sad. "I didn't think you would. It was one moment in your life, but for me, it was everything." Daniel's foreman appeared, looking concerned. "Mr. Porter, is there a problem here?" "No problem," the woman said, pulling a business card from her pocket. "I'm Catherine Henderson. This is my family's construction company, and I need to speak with Daniel privately. Please." Henderson, as in Henderson Construction, as in the CEO standing in front of him. The foreman looked at Daniel, who nodded slowly. "It's okay, Mike. Give us a minute." When they were alone, Catherine took a shaky breath. 27 years ago, I was 17. My father had just died, and my mother had a breakdown. I was sent to live with my aunt across the country. I hated it there. Hated everything. One night, I ran away. Took a bus as far as my money would go, which wasn't far. Ended up in a city I didn't know with no plan and nowhere to go. Daniel listened, something tugging at the edge of his memory. "It was raining," Catherine continued. "I was sitting on a park bench, soaking wet, crying. I decided I was going to spend the night there, maybe longer. I didn't care what happened to me. Then you showed up." The memory clicked into place. Daniel's eyes widened. "The girl in the park. You remember?" "I was 24, Daniel said slowly. "Working night security. I took my break in that park every night. He could see it now, a teenage girl, drenched and shivering, looking absolutely lost. You were so young. I thought you were in trouble." "I was. You sat down and asked if I was okay. I told you I'd run away. Most adults would have called the police immediately. You just listened." Daniel remembered. He'd bought her hot chocolate from a vending machine, sat with her for his entire break, maybe 45 minutes, while she talked about her father's death and her mother's, grief and feeling like nobody cared if she lived or died. "I told you that running away wouldn't fix anything," Daniel said. "That grief is hard, but you had people who loved you. That your mother needed you even if she couldn't show it right then." "You gave me money for a bus ticket home," Catherine said. $40. You said it was important that I go back, face it, let people help me. You made me promise I would. Did you?" "Yes. I went back that night. My aunt had called the police. There was a whole search. When I walked in, my mother was there. She'd come to find me. Seeing how scared she was, how much she actually cared," Catherine's voice broke. "It changed everything. We got help together. Therapy, grief counseling. She recovered. I graduated high school, went to college, eventually took over my father's company." "That's good," Daniel said genuinely. "I'm glad it worked out. It worked out because of you, a stranger who saw a desperate kid and took 45 minutes to care, who gave up his lunch money to send me home." Catherine wiped her eyes. "I never got your name that night. You were just the security guard who saved my life. I've been trying to find you ever since." "It was nothing," Daniel said. "Anyone would have—" "No," Catherine interrupted firmly. "Not anyone. Most people walked right past me that night. You stopped. You listened. You cared enough to help. Why find me now? Because 3 months ago, my mother died. peacefully, surrounded by family. She had 26 good years after that night because you convinced me to go home. Before she died, she made me promise to find you, to thank you, to make sure you knew that the 45 minutes you spent with a crying teenager mattered. Daniel's throat tightened. I'm sorry about your mother. She had a good life. We both did. Thanks to you. Catherine straightened. Which brings me to why I'm really here. I want to offer you a job. I have a job. As a construction laborer making $16 an hour. I looked into your background, Daniel. You're a widower. 3 daughters, Emma, Claire, and Sophie. Triplets, 15 years old. Your wife died 7 years ago. You've been working manual labor ever since, doing everything you can to provide for them. Daniel stiffened. My daughters are fine, I'm sure they are. You seem like an excellent father. But Daniel, what if I told you I could make life easier? Not out of pity, but because you helped me when I needed it most, and I want to return that kindness. I don't need charity. It's not charity, it's a job offer. Project manager for Henderson Construction, salary of $85,000, full benefits, college scholarship fund for all 3 girls. Daniel's head spun. I'm not qualified for that. You've worked construction for years. You understand the work from the ground up. You're reliable, hard-working, and according to your foreman, the most competent laborer on this site. That's exactly who I need managing projects. This is too much. 45 minutes and $40, Catherine said. That's what you gave me 27 years ago. It changed my entire life. Please, let me do the same for you. That evening, Daniel sat with his 3 daughters at their small kitchen table. He told them everything, the girl in the park, the CEO, the kiss that had scandalized the entire construction site. She kissed you? Claire's eyes went wide. In front of everyone? It was dramatic, Daniel admitted. Also embarrassing. But romantic, Sophie sighed. She's been looking for you for 27 years. What about the job? Emma, always the practical one, asked. Daniel pulled out Catherine's business card. She wants me to be a project manager. Good salary, benefits, college scholarships for you 3. That's amazing, Dad. It feels like charity. It's not charity, Emma said firmly. You helped her when she needed it. She wants to help you back. That's just kindness, Dad. You taught us that helping people matters. Why is it so hard for you to accept help? Daniel looked at his 15-year-old daughter, surprised by her wisdom. Because I'm supposed to take care of you, not the other way around. And you do, Claire said. But Dad, you work so hard. Your back hurts all the time. You skip meals so we can eat more. Maybe it's okay to let someone make life a little easier. She said she's been searching for you since she was 17, Sophie added. That means finding you and helping you is important to her. If you say no, you're kind of taking that away from her. Daniel had never thought of it that way. 2 weeks later, Daniel started his new position. The office felt foreign at first, but Catherine paired him with experienced managers who helped him learn. He discovered he was good at it, coordinating teams, solving problems, understanding what workers needed because he'd been one for years. His daughters started talking about colleges they'd always thought were out of reach. Emma wanted to study engineering. Claire was interested in medicine. Sophie talked about architecture. One evening, Catherine stopped by Daniel's office. How are you adjusting? Better than I expected, Daniel admitted, though I still feel out of place sometimes. You'll get used to it. She sat down. Daniel, can I tell you something? Of course. When I was 17, sitting on that bench, I'd convinced myself I didn't matter, that nobody would care if I disappeared. You proved me wrong. You showed me that strangers could care, that kindness existed, that I was worth saving. Catherine's eyes glistened. You didn't just send me home that night. You gave me hope. And I've spent 27 years trying to pass that forward. Building this company with values my father would be proud of. Treating employees well. Giving people chances. All because one security guard showed me what real kindness looked like. Daniel didn't know what to say. So thank you, Catherine continued. Not just for that night, but for inspiring me to be better. And please stop feeling guilty about accepting this job. You earned it 27 years ago in a rainy park with 45 minutes of genuine human compassion. 6 months later, The entire construction site threw a party celebrating the completion of the downtown district project. Daniel's daughters came, proud to see their father recognized as a key member of the management team. Catherine gave a speech thanking everyone, but she ended by looking directly at Daniel. 27 years ago, a man I'd never met changed my life by simply caring when he didn't have to. Today, I'm grateful to work alongside that same man, watching him change lives every day through his dedication and integrity. Sometimes the smallest acts of kindness create ripples that last decades. Thank you, Daniel, for being that kindness. Later, as workers celebrated and families mingled, Emma approached Catherine. Miss Henderson, can I ask you something? Of course. Why did you kiss my dad, that first day? Catherine smiled. Because for 27 years he was this mythical figure in my mind. The guardian angel who appeared when I needed saving. When I finally found him and realized he was real, alive, standing right in front of me, I was overwhelmed. The kiss was probably inappropriate, but it was genuine, pure joy and gratitude. Do you love him? Emma asked with teenage directness. Catherine considered the question carefully. I love what he represents. Proof that good people exist, that small kindnesses matter. Whether that becomes something more, she glanced at Daniel across the room, laughing with his daughters. Only time will tell. If this story reminded you that the smallest acts of kindness can echo across decades, and that being someone's hope matters more than you know, please like and share it. Subscribe for more stories about compassion and unexpected connections, and comment about a time someone helped you when they didn't have to. Sometimes 45 minutes and $40 can change two lives, the one you save and your own.